Hello, and welcome back to the NASA broom cupboard. And today we're going to be watching some videos by a guy called Level Earth Observer, or just Leo. Now, he's a flat earther, apologies, demonstrable realist, but he has a particular interest in what NASA do. So, as you can imagine, all the boys and girls upstairs are a little worried by him. So, let's check him out. Before we get to that, if you want to go check out some of Leo's videos yourself, even though they're only a few minutes long, just be aware that there are a few phrases he likes to squeeze in to his videos. I like to call it Leo Bingo. That said, let's move on to the actual videos themselves.
Two rare NASA clips here that are just high order silliness. Look.
Oh no. He hasn't found our Christmas party videos, has he?
Next two EVAs are the most critical. The team will install two huge devices to correct Hubble's vision. The first is a new super camera, the size of a grand piano, called WithPick. It can see to the end of the universe.
You what, mate?
Oh, it's fine. He just doesn't understand how light works. That's a relief.
The ridiculous claims that NASA make. A camera that can essentially see forever. Yet they only ever cite CGI. Which they tell us is raw data sets that no one can verify, given to a couple of people who essentially are given free rein then to paint whatever cartoons on the raw data sets they like.
There are lots of what you would call real photos, Leo. You just deny them.
Where's this incredible camera that can see forever? See to the edge of the universe? Where is it? Ridiculous.
Oh, we got a ridiculous. But anyway, let's see how sight and vision works now. So, vision works by light entering into our eye. And then that is reinterpreted by our brain into the image that we see in front of us. And cameras work in much the same way. Now, there is no limit to the distance that light can travel. So, theoretically, if there is nothing blocking the light's path, then the camera can see to the end of the universe.
Now listen to Matey Boy talking about space shuttle re-entry here.
When you start hitting the Earth's atmosphere, because you'll start to see a little bit of a glow outside your window. It's white hot outside. It's just as bright as day. And the air outside is 9,000 degrees. Well, that's hotter than the surface of the sun.
Hang on a minute here, fella. Say that again.
Okay, I think I know where this is going.
Well, that makes for a great story. Well, until that is, we check the temperature spec of the tiles on the space shuttle. Bear with me. That's what I thought. How can tiles that are spec'd to take up temperatures up to 2,300 degrees withstand air that is outside the space shuttle that is 9,000 degrees? How does that work?
This all comes down to the difference between heat and temperature. An easy way to think of it is temperature is how hot an individual molecule is, whereas heat is how warm it feels. So down on the ground, where the air is more dense, it feels a lot warmer, but up in space, where there are very few molecules, it actually feels a lot colder. And this is something that is, as you like to say, testable and verifiable by all. Okay, here's how you do it. Go outside. Notice how warm it is. Now go to the top of a mountain. Tell me which feels colder. Moving on to our next clip. I guess we learn a bit more about the philosophy of the man.
If a guide dog recognizes a command is unsafe, it will refuse the command and disobey. This is what trainers call intelligent disobedience.
I've got a bad feeling for you on this, Leo.
If someone's going to tell me the Earth is a ball, an air pressure system ball, residing in the middle of a vacuum without some kind of solid separation, and they have no practical references whatsoever to back that absurd claim, then guess what? I'm not going to have any of it.
Good thing we have centuries of scientific research and experimentation to fall back on then.
To be a globe Earth believer, this is what I have to believe. I have to believe in relation to me. Tower cranes are upside down on a spinning, wobbling, oscillating ball, one that's doing ludicrous speeds in all sorts of different directions.
I'm afraid your incredulity really is a you problem, Leo.
If that wasn't bad enough, it's supposedly held there by something that can be overcome by a gentle breeze.
Gravity is proportional to mass. So the lower an object's mass, the lower the effect of gravity. So let's say your object is a feather. Then breeze can create an upward force that is greater than the effect of gravity, so the feather will rise. But when that breeze stops blowing, that feather will fall just like everything else.
That's insane. Again, just like the air pressure system residing in the middle of a vacuum. There's no demonstrations on this earth to suggest tower cranes could be dead still, upside down, and plumb whilst doing ludicrous speeds in all different directions on a globe earth in relation to me. None.
What are you talking about? There have been loads of experiments that have been done. Oh, that's right. You think scientific experiments have to be something you can knock up in your garden shed.
And it's the same with water. If someone's going to make the outlandish claims that large standing bodies of water can display convexity upon its surface, then you're going to need demonstrations on various different scales showing scientific measurements of water doing just that. You can't. And yet again, gravity can't help you because can be overcome by a gentle breeze.
This is called a tow tank, Leo. They're used in the design of ships, and they are made to be very precise to the point that Earth curvature is actually included in their construction. So there you go. Water convexity confirmed. Poor Leo. You've been shown up by a dog. Moving on. And now Leo tells us a little bit about his background.
When poverty was a blessing, you're probably thinking, hey? Well, let me explain. In my early years here, I was brought up in extreme.
Sorry, Leo. Let me just stop you right there. Just something not quite right on here. Just let me just do something here. Okay, there we go. All right, let's go.
When poverty was a blessing, you're probably thinking, hey? Well, let me explain. In my early years here, I was brought up in extreme poverty. Incredibly poor. I now believe it was done on purpose as some form of training, done by my mother.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna rip into Leo for this. You know, I'm from a working class background myself. You know, we're a big family. My parents didn't always have a lot of money. A lot of my clothes were hand-me-downs. Stop that feature editing, mate. So, anyway, I guess the point is, when you're from that background, you it can install in you that desire to want to improve yourself, to want to go out and learn more. I mean, it didn't in Leo's case, but It can. It can. So anyway, uh, I've given out all the shill answers. I can let the boys and girls upstairs know that their secrets are safe for now. So, yeah, Leo, did you think that was all informative?
There was definite gaps that needed filling in, don't get me wrong.
Oh, well, I'm just happy I could help then. Until next time, Star White, and I'm out.